Hello, my name is Abid and today we are doing the tutorial on AngularJS. In this session we will see what is AngularJS, why use AngularJS, and at the end we will do a simple example of using AngularJS in your application. AngularJS is a JavaScript framework that helps to build web applications. AngularJS framework is designed by Google, and the best part of it is it's open source. You can use it free of cost. You just download it and use it in your applications. Why use Angular when there are so many other frameworks available? There are many features of AngularJS which make it a better option for you to develop your application using Angular. Okay, we'll see them one by one. For example, the first one is client-side template. This is a main feature. For example, in the previous, the multi-page web application creates an HTML by assembling and joining it with data on the server, and then shipping it the finished pages up to the browser. Most single-page apps using Ajax do this as well to some extent. AngularJS is different, that the template and the data get shipped to the browser to be assembled there. So this is a really great feature of Angular. The next one is model view controller. This framework separates your presentation and business logic, and it's really easy to manage all these things separately. AngularJS also provides the two-way data binding, so you can declare your variables in view, and that will be reflected in model as well, and vice versa as well. We will see this clearly in the later example. Dependency injection. This is a really great feature, and we will discuss later about this when we inject the dependency to our application. The testing is really easy to test your application in AngularJS. AngularJS also provides directives and filters. Directives is like you can use your application like HTML in like HTML format, and we just way to get the AngularJS. We just simply go to AngularJS.org, and that's the main page for the Angular, and we can click the download, and we can press download and get the AngularJS. It's really small file of AngularJS. You can also get the CDN. CDN is really useful for designing application, and you can read in detail about me using CDN if you don't know already by clicking here. You can also get the previous version of the Angular, and what I did is I already downloaded my Angular file, and we'll just start working in it. And if you want to see the more examples, any examples like for the site design in Angular, we'll just visit the website madewithangular.com, and you can see a list of different sites, and very popular Odesk, which was known like which new name is Upwork now. Most of you probably heard of it, and many other sites as well. You can browse these to see the use of Angular. What I'll do is I'll just go to my desktop, and what I did is I simply created a folder here. In this folder I created another folder called JavaScript, and in this folder I saved that my downloaded angular.js file. Okay, and what I did is here I created an index file, index.html. What I do is I just open it with Notepad. Open Notepad++. Okay, and if you see this code, it's very simple code. I've done nothing. HTML and start as the head section, and and in the body I just say the word hello world. And if we see this in the browser, and we'll see that this file just say hello world, nothing else. What we do is we'll just include AngularJS into it and see how it works. For example, what I do here is simply add that script file to the bottom of the page, and the script tag, and that's it. What we need to do is we just have to enter the source file, and what we add the script file at the end, because it's when the page is loaded, at the end the script, it's like easy, it's like best practice to add your script file at the bottom. Now what we do is we want to just adding the script file and giving reference to the script file doesn't mean that your it will start working automatically in Angular. What you have to do is you have to provide a tag ng-app equals, or if you don't use, you can use ng-app, just ng-app as well, but for the future we just use the ng-app. Okay, if we provide this tag ng-app, ng stand for Angular app, mean Angular app is starting from here, from the body tag we start, so it's included all the body. If we want to specify that it should cover only this div, for example this div to here, and we will provide, instead of here to the whole body, we will just provide it to this div. And if there's a more divs, and these will not be, whatever is in this div, that will not be evaluated by the Angular application. So we can specify the scope of our application by providing the scope of our Angular application. So we can use it anywhere in our application, just in a part or to the whole application, even in HTML or in the body tag. You can, for this we will just write it here. And what I'll do is that in order to check that if your Angular application is working or not, what we do, we'll just put here, for example, enter name, and what I'll do, I'll add an input tag, and type will be text, and that's our input tag. What I'll do is, for Angular, I'll put the Angular tag ng model, and I'll provide this a model, a variable like of a name. So this input text tag input type text is have a variable of variable name. So what I'll do is, if we what I'll do is provide here a curly brackets, and I'll write the variable name. These curly brackets are used for data binding, and we will talk about this later. First, what we'll do, we'll just see this app in action, and if I go switch back to this application, and what I'll do is that provide here some spaces as well. So if I'll just hit a refresh, enter name, and if we start typing, and you'll see that hello world by, and whatever I type is just going on here. So this means that our application is working. So our Angular is properly working in our application. There are if you see our code and look and recap that what we have done, that we have just added a script file what we have downloaded, and we provided the scope of our ng application, Angular application, that, and what we did here, that with the input tag we just provided this ng model. This ng model is this ng model we have provided a variable name, and we use it here as well. So for our future videos I'll be using Visual Studio. So we'll do the same or in Visual Studio. What we do, I'll just add a new project, and what I'll do is I'll provide name, and I'll just put it, I'll do the MVC application, and I'll check web API as well. And what I'm doing, why I'm doing this is that these things I will be using for the later videos, and I'll be getting my data from the databases and showing it with my Angular application, or from Angular to the database. Okay, when my application is ready for the Visual Studio, provide just a really user-friendly text editor, so I'll prefer to use this. I prefer using Visual Studio. And why I decided to use, or why I turned towards Angular, when I was building my application in .NET MVC, I was having a trouble for the speed of my application. In the meantime, what I'll do is that how to add the Angular script in Visual Studio. If we see here, we don't have Angular installed. What we'll do is we just right click, and from NuGet package we'll just find Angular, and we will from NuGet we will install Angular to our application. And I was saying that with my application I was really frustrated with the response times when I'm fetching a large amount of data. But when I turned toward Angular, it's provided me really flexible, real speed which I was looking for my application. And I was really happy to get the result I wanted. It's just taking time because of the internet speed. Just show you. Okay, if you want to, there are many others frameworks available there which can be used for your application, if you are, for example, Nancy or Knockout, whatever you want to use. But I really prefer when you just start looking into Angular, and you will find that this is the best, and you can have the whole community of Google behind it. And if you see this here, so you can read the blogs, join the discussions, there are chat rooms there, and if you want to learn, there are like free courses available, tutorials and case studies. And API reference. This is a really good stuff, and you can just go there and look at the different, all the documentations of the Angular, and you can see the different directives and tags used in the Angular, and it's really helpful. And if you have any option, question, you can just put it on here and discuss with the with your community. I don't know why this is taking so long. What I'll do is that I'll just copy that the same file from here, and I'll put into my script file, and that's it, and we can start using Angular. What I'll do here is just I'll just add an HTML page, and we'll start working on HTML page 1. I'm not worried about the page name, and I'll just start coding on this one. First of all, if I want to use my Angular, I'll just do it. I drag and drop my script file here, and I'll provide this time what I'll do, I'll provide div ng app, and I'll give another div with no Angular. Okay, what I'll do is I'll just do the same thing which I've did in the notepad. What I'll do here, or just a bit different maybe, for example, what I'll do is add these 1 plus 2 equals, and in curly brackets I'll do 1 plus 2, and I'll just save it, and I'll just save it and view it in browser. You see what you'll see, add these 1 plus 2 equals 3. These curly brackets are in these we can write expressions, and like what we did in the previous example here on the notepad, that we'll just provide the variable name, and it works with that as well. And what I'll do is I'll just, where there's no Angular, if I just copy and paste the same thing, and you will see I'll save it and refresh it. Here you'll see that it's just showing the same value. Why? Because the Angular, this is out of the scope of the Angular. Our scope of Angular application is just between these divs, so you can just apply the Angular functionality to the parts of your page or to the whole page. While we have, we can do something as well. What, for example, if you want to say 1 equals to 1, and we refresh it, this will say true. So what it's doing is evaluating expression and giving us the results. We can write all our expressions here, and what for example we did there in previous example, input type text ng model. What I like about Visual Studio is it provides real good intelligence. I'll do here is just my name is, and we provide the variable in curly brackets, and if we'll just refresh it here, and name, and my name is so whatever you type here will just display here because of this property. That's all for this video, and we'll just continue with more and more tutorials.